That's a helicopter. It's a helicopter being towed down the road. That's different. Hello everybody, Durzo here in our minty green room, aka my workshop. That's still original to the house. Mom's parts, furnace, some tools back there, car stuff, etc, etc, etc. Anyways, I am all alone except for a puppy right now. Where is a puppy? There's a puppy around here someplace. Okay, there was a puppy. I can hear him someplace. Anyways, point is, as I said in the other video, this channel is supposed to be about my life, daily or weekly or whatever, vlogging. So figured, hey, while I clean up the house, why don't I go over what happened in our third D&D session? Yes, it actually happened. We got people together. It's amazing. Clean up a little here. But, ooh, dark. But yes, it actually happened. We managed to get people together. It was pretty good. So let's see. Where to start? Well, as you may recall, they were venturing up to a third floor of a warehouse. They'd managed to get through the first floor and going up to the second. The whole party was very cautious after the whole bell repairman incident that happened in the second game, I guess technically, first one in the warehouse. So they were checking for traps. They were all very cautious. Nobody bothered to check for anything magical. They hit the first step on the very top of the flight of stairs, and just for some flavor, I made a bell, just like what our one scout was holding. Ding, 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 handbell. It was the alarm spell. And 3 guards came running, 2 fighters and a sorcerer. So they came running, battle ensued. They didn't try to leave the stairway, not really. So they were all kind of on top of each other. That didn't help them a lot. We had, I believe it was 2 botches. One involved our scout trying to do some fancy whip work. He had enough room to wield the whip, because high ceiling, so he could up and try to crack it. But he botched. So instead of grabbing the first fighter at the top of the stairs, what he managed to do was whack somebody across the face behind him. Not bad, but yeah, not great either. The next one was worse. That was our fighter, who dual wields axes. He botched while he was trying to counter a attack, and he ended up falling backwards, sliding down the stairs, waving his axes wildly everywhere, and every single person took a couple points of damage as he fell through them, and he took a couple points of damage from landing at the base of the stairs. From there, they proceeded to deal with some magic for the first time in combat that they weren't wielding. They had to deal with some concealment for the first time in combat due to a fog spell. Learning experience. Then they went up to the third floor. At this point, it's almost like the whole mimic thing that, once you deal with mimics once or twice, anytime you see a chest, a chair, anything of furniture, everybody goes over with a stick and starts, poke, 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 just to see if it's a mimic. Oh, there's Hudson. Hey, buddy. You listen to the story too? You don't look impressed. Anyways, They were very cautious of alarms, of uh, anything, any kind of magical energies that might be happening, etc., which was very clever. Um, so our druid actually went ahead and um, cast detect magic, and there was nobody around to stop her. There was no impending doom, so she could have it go the full length of the spell to learn as much as she could about stuff. And she found, obviously there were some people that were alight with magical objects and energies. Rosk, their guildmaster, was with them for moral support in one last sort of dry run, as it were, of what these guys can do. And he went ahead and decided to start glowing like all get out when the spell went off because, well, he's wearing quite a quite a few magic items. Um, and there was something that had a necromantic element to it up on the very top of the third floor, as well as something that, even though the spell was completed, it was a very odd magical energy. It wasn't even quite magic. It just didn't seem right. It was very odd, very off, very wrong. She can't place it, even though the spell's gone off. Anyway, so they make it upstairs. It's a beautiful viewing room. It's for all those high-end clients of this warehouse, this storage facility that want to view their bits and bubbles, and it's all kinds of storage boxes and things like that, lock boxes. And it's divided into two halves. One is just walls and walls and walls of lock boxes. The other one was a proper viewing room, very nice chaise lounges, fireplace, giant gothic sort of windows. Just a very, very pretty place to sit and enjoy your possessions that you've got hidden away in this place. Um, so, anyways, what they ended up doing is creeping upstairs. Didn't set off any alarms. They popped a couple of the lock boxes and maybe did something that wasn't quite on the up and up with trying to hijack a couple of items, which they got a couple. There was nothing spectacular. Most of it already been popped open and ransacked. Uh, and just as they're chatting, what's that, Hudson? As they're chatting, I don't want to go outside. Okay. Oh, by the way, like I said, that was the last nice day of weather that we had. Yeah, go snow. Woohoo! Anyways, um, yes. So a figure appears in this doorway, and it's an old friend of Rosk's. His name is Barl. He's an ex-member of Pheonix Company. And when I say ex, I mean he didn't retire gracefully, and that he was dishonorably discharged, which means his tattoo was ignited and he should have emoliated, or been emoliated. So he has if anybody's seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, Zuko, big scar. Yeah, his whole side of his face is something like that. Um, he had found somebody when he found out what was going to happen to him, who did know ancient magics, was able to remove the tattoo, but happened about 30 seconds too late, so he still got a little toasty. Um, he wields a blade that is essentially a longsword version of a spectral dagger. It just looks like a sword hilt that's made out of human bone. Um, and when you touch it, a ghostly blade with ghost flames dancing down it shows up, and it deals d6 worth of damage and acts as a touch attack. But the big thing is, if you fail a save, you take a point of strength damage, and if you hit 0 strength, you're KO'd. You're done. Basically, you don't have strength, keep your own heart beating, and that's it. So from there, what we ended up with was, how did you get this blade? How do you know this person, etc. And Ross goes on to explain that Barl had killed a entire refugee camp from the wars that had happened, and Barl made the defense that they were all going to die anyways. A plague. It was a horrible place. He was doing a mercy and getting this blade, which could have helped Pheonix Company vastly. Um, but the upper members and guild heads didn't see it that way, and thus he was supposed to be executed. He's now formed his own company, which is Raven Company, where they don't have quite the same morals. If coin is right and it's not a suicide mission, they'll do the job. So that's what they ended up meeting. Um, Anyways, to keep this very long story apparently from going any longer, um, or to keep a long story short, as it were. Basically, Rosk, having met or been reunited with a friend he thought was long dead, ends up having it out with him. Tells the rest of the company to go into the other room, the nice sitting room that has the fireplace, etc. And he goes and seals off with a stone wall. The other half with all the lockboxes, they have it out. Big brawl. The party ends up finding a hidden compartment in this viewing room that was worked into the fireplace that has these strange, odd magic that the druid had sensed. And from there, they basically escape the warehouse. Vrosk and Barl have it out to the point where both of them pretty much fall unconscious. They're taken back to Pheonix Company by the party, or at least Vrosk's compound in the area. And Barl is incarcerated. Vrosk is unconscious and alive, but healing up. They are getting a little bit of rest. They're all leveling up to level 3. And from there, we'll see what happens. So this is sort of their last chance if they want to make any changes to the character, change up who they're going to play, what they're going to play, etc. Because right now it's still flexible, but they're about to be locked into a format where it's a squad that has a structure to it. Um, an actual in-charge officer. They'll get to start choosing missions as to where they want to go, what they want to do. But they are getting ready to be introduced to a very key character in this game, as well as start to sort of explore the history and the lore of the world more than just like, oh yeah, there was a war with another nation that really liked technology. Ta-da! Uh, so it'll really open up everything, and hopefully they get to have some fun with some missions that are just fluff. That's just, oh look, it's a caravan escort. What will you fight today? Like as well as some very in-depth story ones where they'll really get to expand the characters, expand what's going on, and hopefully have a lot of fun. So that's what's happening next there. Uh, no idea when that'll happen, but hey, I said who knows when Game 3 will ever happen, and here we are. Um, but now, if you'll excuse me, can't really do that while I'm holding a camera. There's some stuff I need to do with Christmas decorations. Right, Hudson? Like that outside, because you like to eat things. So we had to go get a new one. Yeah. I have to go wrap a wreath with some lights. Anyways, as always, like, comment, subscribe. Don't feel afraid to share this channel, and yeah, we'll talk to you soon.